Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
This defense for the Jets, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Samuel going to go in motion right. Allen going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Eccles.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Hall again on 2nd down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Sharks got it left side. And they'll get this down to the 10.
15 yards on the play, first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through.
And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their second drive here, the ball game, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have any.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
That one good for 37 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. There's big Quinnen Williams, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 22 now, here's the second down and 6. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Samuel in motion. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on third down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
On play action, Allen.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Cook. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Again, it's Cook. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line.
This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
They'll run for it. Cook. And this time he is in. James Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Ball want to give up the middle. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Rodgers now on first down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Rodgers. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On play action, now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Zerline's kick is up and through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
K.J. Hamler returning it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. He's got the connection to Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Straight ahead is Hall. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
On first down, Rodgers. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Down the left sideline. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Here's Bass now for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll give to Hall. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Hamler now on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back now in Buffalo. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
50 seconds to Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. 56, Mike, 56.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 3rd down and 1. Ball again. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A good pickup there, a 22.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And they go the wrong way here, knocked back to the 20. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now 1st and goal. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
His 12th rushing touchdown, his 16th overall. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Hey, check Mike 57.
Now Allen.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Allen.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
James Cook.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bills strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Tight off, tight off, tight off.
Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
This Buffalo crowd letting him have it. 3rd down now.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
Able to connect with Chark. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Now Rodgers.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. So a fake on the jet sweep as they run with Cook up the middle. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And he will have a Bills first down, and that should be that. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Bills, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.